All right, this is chapter 2-2, solving two-step equations. So let's do a few examples from here so you can understand what's going on. If you remember the one-step equations, we're just adding one more thing. But it has to be done in the right order. So let's make sure we get the order correct, and we will be doing just fine. So let's say we need to solve 2x plus 3 equals 7. All right, so let's look at this problem. The question is saying 2 times what number plus 3 will give me a result of 7. All right, you might even be able to do this in your head, but understand we have to show work. So I need you to think about getting this variable x by itself. Let's get the variable x alone. The first number you move is not the number next to it. It's always the other number, and I'll tell you why in a second. But let's go ahead and move this. Let's look at what we have. It says we have a positive 3. The only way to get rid of a positive 3 is with a negative 3. So we're going to do the opposite of what we see. Whatever we do to one side, we must do to the other side. Let's draw a line going across. All right. So what we have here is these 2 3's will cancel. They're gone, and I'm left with 2x equals 7 minus 3, 4. All right. Now this question says 2 times what number is 4? Well, we already know that answer, but we still must show our work. So now this says 2 times what number? I need the opposite of multiplication, which is division. Let's draw a line here, put the 2 underneath, draw a line here, put the 2 underneath. Whatever I do to one side, I do to the other side. These 2 2's will cancel because 2 divided by 2 is 1. That's what I want. I want 1x right here. You don't have to write the 1, but it's there. All right. X equals 4 divided by 2 is 2. That's the answer. Think about it. If we put a 2 right here, 2 times 2 is 4 plus 3, with the 3's right there, equals 7. 4 plus 3, 7. It works out. All right. All right, let's look at this example. Another example. Let's say let's do something a little bit more challenging. And let's say I have 25 equals 1/4 n minus 3. All right. So the question is asking us, we have to understand what it's asking us. It's asking us if I have 1/4, 1/4 of what number when I subtract 3 will give me 25? 1/4 of what number? Minus 3 will give me 25. All right. I don't know. I can't guess. I got to really work this out. So when I look at this, what do I notice? I notice that the variable n is on the right side, okay, of this equation. Notice I have an equal sign right here, and there's a left side of my equation, and there's a right side of my equation, and my variable is on the right side. I want to leave it on the right side. So I want to move all the other numbers to the left. So notice I have a minus 3 right here. What's the opposite of subtracting? Adding. So the only way to get rid of a negative 3 with a positive 3. The only way to cancel a minus 3 with a plus 3. So whatever I do to one side, I'm going to do to the other side. Draw your line all the way across. All right. So what happens now is these 2 3's are gone. Let's bring down the 1/4 n. We know that why they cancel, right? A negative and a positive of the same number is 0. All right. When you're adding, okay, a negative 3 and a positive 3 is 0. If I owe you $3 and I pay you $3, that's it. I don't owe you anything. All right, so that cancels out. On this side, on the left side, we could see that I'm going to have a 28. 25 plus 3, 28. Now notice what we have. 28 equals 1/4 times n. Do you remember what to do when we have a fraction? When we did the one-step equation, then it looked just like this line. But what we're going to do is we're going to multiply both sides by the reciprocal of 1/4, which is 4/1. 4/1. I just wrote 4 on that side. I hope you see that. Let's look at the right side. What happens to the 1/4 and a 4/1? They do cancel. Bring the n down. Don't cancel that out. I need the variable. That's the n. All right. And on this side here, on the other side, 4 times 28 is 112 right there. All right, 112. All right, so keep that in mind. When you have when you have a left side and the right side of an equation, which you do, pay attention to where your variable is. Okay, notice I brought it down each time. I got the in here, I brought it down all the way to here. Okay, that's it. I left it on the right side of the equation. You don't have to leave it on the right, but you can. All right, let's look at another one. This problem here that I want to do says solve 6 minus 3x equals 21. All right, this one's very interesting. Notice where the variable is. First of all, let's understand we have a left side and a right side of this equation, right? Where's the variable? Is it on the left or the right? You got to know where the variable is. You can't solve for the variable if you don't know where it is, all right? It is on the left side. What else is on the left? I got a positive 6 here and that negative 3. See that minus 3? I need you to see that number as a negative. All right, so what do I get rid of first? Don't get rid of the 21. Don't subtract 21 from both sides. The 21's not in my way, all right? I want to first get rid of the 6. So I'm going to subtract 6 from both sides. See what I did there? All right, draw your line across. All right, let's change colors here. Let's go to cancel that. All right, watch this. You're going to bring down the negative 3x equals, what is 21 minus 6? All right, you should have a 15. All right, now notice what I have. It says negative 3 times x equals 15. Negative 3 times x. What's the opposite of multiplication? Division. I'm going to draw a line and divide by negative 3. This part's real important right here. Why am I dividing by negative 3 instead of a positive 3? Aren't I supposed to do the opposite here? No. Why? I'm dividing, not adding and subtracting. When I'm dividing, I have to use the exact same number. Why? Watch this. Negative divided by negative is positive. I want a positive x. 3 divided by 3 cancels. They're gone. And the negatives become positive. So I bring down my positive x. All right. On the other side, I have a negative 5 because 15 divided by a negative 3 is a negative 5. Positive divided by negative is negative. That is my answer. All right. Keep that in mind. All right. There's one thing I want you to be aware of, and that is this. When you have a rational number, like 1/4 here, and you have, let's say, a 12 here, all right? And you're getting ready to multiply both sides by the reciprocal. Don't forget my variable. There we go. We forgot it right there. Well, negative 1/4 x equals 12. Negative 1/4 times what is 12? Watch this. I need to put something here and here to multiply both sides by. Watch what I use. First of all, I need you to understand that this needs to be in parentheses. Okay? I don't want you to see that as some number minus 1/4. We're not subtracting here. We're multiplying both sides, so you need to see multiplication. And I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal. So instead of negative 1/4, it is negative 4/1. My point here is that my negative stays. Okay? My negative stays. If you just write 4/1, then you wrote the opposite reciprocal. I don't want the opposite number because the opposite of a negative number is a positive number. I don't want an opposite. I just want the reciprocal. So you have to keep the same sign and flip the numbers. All right, so here, negative times negative is positive. 4/1 times 1/4 is 1. All of that cancels to give you 1. 1 what? 1x. Keep that in mind. And then we usually just write x. That's what's happening there. And on this side, positive times negative is negative. And this is going to be 12 times 4, which is 48. So my answer is a negative 48. All right. That's it.